Hi everybody, another great Sunday morning. God is clearly doing a whole lot with incredible excitement that we move into that which God is showing us to do. And at the moment we're looking at, beginning from this Sunday onwards, looking at actually why we are here. Why is our purpose for being? Why are we here as a church? Because if we don't remember the why, we will never get the how and the what all sorted out, because everything depends upon understanding the why. So we looked at various things on Sunday, and then I brought out two major points, looking at the reasons of our core values. What are our core values about at LVC? And over the weeks ahead we will go over those. But this Sunday I just went over two, being uncompromising and being encouraging. People who are uncompromising, being solid Bible, being people who are believing in the solid teachings of the Bible and not being scared to actually appreciate our Hebraic roots. Not saying that we are part of the Hebrew roots movement. That's a whole different story, and we don't have time to go in that today. And we're really blessed to have people like Ian and Bo around who are able to give those nuances, those right Hebrew nuances to everything. It's a wonderful thing. So is that there? We also talked about how we believe Holy Spirit is working amongst us. Let us never forget the power of Holy Spirit in our lives, working through our lives, the gifts of the Holy Spirit, those manifest gifts, those supernatural gifts, and living with an expectation of actually the miraculous at work in our lives, and not in our life just as a Sunday church, because let's remember that we are Christian believers. We're not just Sunday people. It needs to encompass all of our lives. And understanding that actually we need to be people with a great expectation that God is going to do something, that the Holy Spirit is going to pour forth through us, through our lives. And then the other part of being uncompromising is not being ashamed of the gospel. Not actually being ashamed of the gospel, the truth of the word, the power of the word. And that really comes from a couple of angles, not being scared to share our faith, and also living with a real dedication to the things of God. The other major point was talking about encouraging. We are a church who is an encouraging church. It's part of our DNA. These are things that we do. Being uncompromising and being encouraging is part of our fundamental DNA. And it's talking about being positive and enthusiastic, being a church of encouragers. We looked at Barnabas. Barnabas, his name was translated from being literally the son of encouragement. Son of encouragement, same word as comforter, and the same word that is used for Holy Spirit. So, there's a whole lot of things that can tie together here. We are cheerleaders. We should be the cheerleaders of other people. So you have great notes here to look at, but I want to just throw three questions for us to consider. And these questions are this, as a result of what we talked about on Sunday. How can we allow the promise of Holy Spirit's gifts to operate in our lives more and more on a daily basis? It's a huge question in itself, and I'm not going to try and expand upon it right now. The second one is this: how can we practically be more those who are encouragers and not discouragers, making sure that our mouths line up with words of encouragement, not of discouragement? And the third question is this: being not ashamed of the gospel. And the question I ask for us all is this: what does it mean to us? What does it mean to you? Does it mean just sharing your faith? Or does it mean to say you're speaking up in the face of all sorts of wrong moral issues of life? So I encourage you, think about those things, talk about those things amongst you. God bless you all. Have a great time together in your life groups. God bless.